Hello, good people. This is your girl Velo. I am back in the kitchen. I am going to show you how to make scrambled eggs. Now, to many, this process is very simple, and it is. However, there are a couple of techniques that I think you should know. That when you are cooking protein, just like, whether it's fish, chicken, just like any other protein, eggs is also a protein, and you always want to cook it low and slow to get the full effect. So I have my cast iron skillet with a little bit of oil. I do not like the flavor of butter, so I'm using oil to make my scrambled eggs. So here goes. And another thing, that when you're making breakfast, I know most people don't often think about it, but it's always a good idea to let your eggs sit at room temp a bit, or since they are super cold coming out of the refrigerator, or it's okay to make sure you put your eggs in some lukewarm water, and you can bring it up to temp that way. So my cast iron skillet, I hope it's not too hot. It's been sitting a minute. But ideal, you want your skillet, even though it's on low, it's been sitting a while. So my strategy on making scrambled eggs is to do nothing for about 10 to 15 seconds. This is on low heat, and we are making scrambled eggs. This is 6 medium eggs, I believe. So 6 medium eggs will feed about 3 people. And I like to move them around like that. Like so. I try not to rush them. And of course, if you're in a hurry, by all means do your thing. But this is when when you want to take a few minutes and just actually get it right, this is the technique that I recommend. Room temperature eggs. Little bit of pepper in the mixture. I like to season my eggs with a little bit of salt right before they are cooked. So that is another technique that I like to use. Some people like to use sour cream. That is completely fine if you enjoy that. But the thing about really great scrambled eggs is that you want to, once you crack your eggs in your bowl of choice, you want to get air in it. So you're going to break your yolks first, and then you want to mix it very well. You want to mix it very well and put them in the skillet, low and slow. I like to put salt just right before they get ready to come out. If you want to add cheese, do so. But back to the part about sour cream. Sour cream is, if that's your preference, it is quite okay, because that'll also make it fluffy. But most times I like to use maybe a tablespoon of milk, or you can even use water. So at this stage, and there's a little bit of liquid, I like to go ahead and cut my stove off. That's because the residual heat will cook it the rest of the way. And if your cast iron skillet is seasoned very well, usually you can just put a little bit of cooking spray, like canola oil, Pam. Put it in there, and it will, if you cook with your cast iron skillet a lot, most times it will act as something like a Teflon surface. Okay, so for me, these eggs are perfect. I'm going to pair this with some grits, some cheese grits with tomato and green onions on top, and some dry cinnamon toast. All right, much love.